Hello and welcome to our 30-minute ab core Pilates workout. Thank you so much for being here. The only thing you really need to remember upfront is that choice is good. When it comes to Pilates, we can move in a million different ways. So the important thing is when you're going through these exercises is to tune into what your body's trying to tell you. And if it's trying to tell you that we're not quite there yet, that's okay. I'm going to give you lots of choice so that you can choose the workout accordingly. The other thing that we're going to try to focus on is moving with the breath. But I don't want you to get caught up on the breath part more so than the moving part. As long as the air is flowing, we're all good. All right, so let's get you onto the mat or onto a floor and we'll get started. All right, let's start off with those arms out nice and wide, and then those knees. Those knees are bent, and we're just going to very gently float our knees side to side. A nice, easy, gentle twisting motion for the spine. All right, a couple more times here. Inhale in one direction, exhale in the other. And then as your knees go one direction, let's turn the head in the opposite direction. Just again, to twist that spine a little bit differently. Inhale in one direction, exhale in the other. All right, come back to center. Let's take those arms all the way back alongside the ears as we inhale, and then exhale to bring them back down alongside the body. Inhale as you reach them back and down towards the floor as you exhale. Good, and again. Okay, option number one for our next one is to allow those arms to come down alongside the body. Good. Option number two is to bring those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to bridge the hips up and then lower them back down. We're going to couple the breath with the movement, and we're going to exhale as we lift, inhale as we lower back down. Exhale as we lift, inhale as we lower back down. A couple more times here. Good. And again. If you're feeling brave and you want to try just a little bit different movement through here, we're going to reach those fingertips up to the ceiling as we continue. All right, last one here. Exhale, inhale back down. We're going to reach for our right knee. We're going to pull it in towards our body, lower back down, switch to the other side. We're just going to spend a few minutes here just preparing your body for what's to come next. Exhale, come in. Good. Inhale, go back down. Exhale, pull it in. Okay, slight change of pace. You're going to pull one knee in, you're going to stretch the other leg long, and then you switch. Good. Inhale, take that leg long. Exhale to switch. Inhale, take the leg long. Exhale to switch. You're just alternating side to side. Good. And again. Good. One more time on either side. Lovely. One more. And back to center. Okay, we're going to go with what we like to call tabletop, where the knees are directly over top of the hips, the toes are slightly higher than the knees, and now I'm going to reach my back ribs, the one are touching the floor here, to just nestle into the floor very gently. And you'll feel those core muscles starting to kick in a little bit more, and those important deeper set of core muscles. Now, if it feels good to do so, you're going to inhale and tap one toe down, exhale to bring it back up. Inhale, take the other toe down, exhale to bring it back up. Good. And for now, we're just tapping the toe in front of us just to reach that toe towards the floor. This would be option number one, being mindful of the breath, as well as keeping those back ribs very gently imprinting into the floor beneath you, very gently reaching for the floor beneath you. If this feels good, you have now the option to go to number two, which simply means you're going to reach that leg a little further away to just a hovered position above the floor. Inhale, take it long. Exhale to bring it back in. Inhale, take it long. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, take it long. Exhale, back in. And again, keep those ribs reaching for the floor beneath you. Keep those shoulders away from the ears, and just keep cruising, touching in or sort of checking in every once in a while to see how your body's responding to this movement. You have permission to take a break at any point. One more time. Well done. We're going to pull those two knees into the chest, give some length across the low back, and just roll out those ankles. Well done. We're going to move you in many different postures today. This is just the first way to get you moving. Let those feet come down to the floor. I'm going to reach my right hand behind the back of my head, and then I'm going to reach my left arm up towards the ceiling. Good. First things first, let's take that left arm back alongside the ear and then exhale to bring it up and across the opposite thigh. Come on back down as you inhale. Exhale and reach. Now, if you are dealing with a frozen shoulder, as many of us through menopause or perimenopause are experiencing, just go where that shoulder will allow you to go on both sides. The one holding on to the back of the head and the one moving through the range of motion. Exhale, lift, inhale, back down. Last 3 on this side. You have permission to take a break if you need to anytime. 2, one more time. Exhale, inhale, back down. Okay, switch to the other side. Left hand behind the back of the head. Right arm reaches up and then back as you inhale. Exhale, up and over. Create that little diagonal pull up and over across to the opposite thigh. Let's use the exhale as you lift. The inhale as you come back down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale, come on back down. So I'm keeping both hips glued to the floor. I am lifting one shoulder higher than the other, and I'm resting the weight of the head into the hands. Last 2. Exhale, and one more time. Good job. Exhale, come on back down. Take 2 arms long and 2 legs long to get those hip flexors nice and long. Take a deep breath in. And as you do, swing those arms around, exhale, and allow those shoulders to move through whatever range feels appropriate. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale one more time. Exhale around. Good. All right. We're going to draw those arms down alongside the body, and we're going to roll you over onto your side. Let's prop you up into what we call this one-arm sphinx. Highly technical. From here, we're going to pull those bottom ribs up and in towards the body to align them with those hip bones. And then I inhale to allow the ribs to reach towards the floor. Exhale, pull those ribs up and in towards the body. Inhale to come back down. Exhale, pull those ribs up and in. Inhale, come down. If you wish, you can reach the hand up. It's kind of the guiding force to this movement. Good, and up. Good. Maybe draw that elbow down behind you and then exhale and reach. Good. Inhale, come down. Exhale and reach. Again, we're just allowing for that shoulder to have a little more mobility. Go where the shoulder will allow you to go. Lift. Good. One more time. Okay, let that arm come down. We're going to go into level 2 in just a second. Come on up to what we call mermaid. And then the arm you were resting on reaches up and over. Pause there for a moment, and then come on down. I'm going to offer you option number 2. Okay, we're going to start with those ribs pulling up and in towards you so you are aligned with those hips. We take that top arm nice and tall. Good, and from here, you're going to take that arm alongside the ear as you arc your ribs up toward the ceiling and you pull those ribs away from the floor. Then you come back to that neutral in-between posture. Good, reaching, inhaling, exhaling. Good, inhaling. Now, if this breath feels a little confusing, you can switch it up as long as the air is coming in and out. I don't want to be too fussy about how you're moving. Good, and again, reach and up. Okay, one more time. Well done, then we're going to switch it up. All right, come back to your center. Now, pull those ribs up and away from the floor. Take that top arm, wrap it around that pretend beach ball, and just tuck it underneath your body. We're pushing away from the floor with that shoulder that you are holding onto here. Exhale, come around. Inhale and reach. Do that again a couple more times. If your neck is starting to get really fatigued, if your shoulder is starting to become a little angry, come out of it anytime. One more time. Exhale, come around. Inhale and reach. Let's come out of it into a merman or mermaid. Depends on who is doing the Pilates. And reach it up and over. Good. Okay. we're going to switch it up to the other side. So a little spin around to the other side into level 1, where we brace with that arm in this one arm Sphinx. Pull up and away from the floor so we're not sagging into the shoulder. Up and away. Then those bottom ribs pull up and in towards you, and then inhale to come back down towards the floor. Exhale to pull them up. Inhale back down. You'll notice as you pull those ribs up and in towards you, your head follows the line of the spine. Okay, so it's going to tilt slightly. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. Okay, top arm, come down as you inhale. Exhale as you lift. Inhale, come down. Exhale, pull those bottom ribs up and in towards you. Inhale, come down. Good. Exhale. We've got 2 more to go. Take a break if you need to, or carry on. Last one. Ribs, ribs, ribs. Good. Come on down with that hand. Walk yourself up to mermaid. Reach that arm you were just resting on up and over. Well done. And then come on down for level number 2. Get back to that one arm Sphinx. My knees are slightly bent. I am stacking my hips over top of each other. And then from here, I'm going to reach that top arm up. First thing we do is we align those ribs with the hips, and the head following the line of the spine. That top arm reaches up, and then I arc that arm over the head as my ribs reach up towards the ceiling and my bottom ribs tuck up in towards my body. All right, so I'm really pulling those ribs up and in as I arc my spine, and that arm also arcs over top of the head. Okay, good. And for the breath, let's try and inhale here and exhale, or vice versa, as long as the air is flowing. Good. Last one here, and then we change it up. Okay, from here, pull up and away from the floor, get those bottom ribs pulling in, then you wrap around the beach ball and all the way back up towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale as you wrap around, inhale as you come back up. Feeling those ribs rotating over top of each other through this range of motion. Can we do one more? Exhale. Inhale to reach. Good. Come on down to the floor with those hands. Walk yourself up to mermaid and reach that arm up and over. Well done. Okay, getting a little space between those ribs. Come on down to all fours for our next sequence. All right, from here, first things first, we're going to pull up and away from the shoulders. We're going to pull those ribs very gently in towards our body. All right, keeping the belly button in and the ribs up, we're going to take one arm up and then lower it back down, and then the other arm up, and same thing on the other side. Okay, we're going to make this a little bit more by adding the opposite leg to the lift, and then lower back down. Same thing on the other side, opposite limbs coming up off the floor. Keep alternating side to side. And if you can, use the exhale on the lift, the inhale on the down. Exhale on the lift, inhale on the down. Good. You got it. And again. Okay, we're going to make this a little bit more challenging. But before we do that, take a quick sit back into child's pose, give your low back some length. If this next level feels like too much, keep working on the level we just did until you gain a little more confidence to try this next one out. All right, we're going to take opposite limbs off the floor. So I'm going to suggest right arm and left leg. Pull them up so they're parallel to the floor. Pull those ribs up and in. Take a deep breath in before you go, and then exhale, come together in the center. Inhale, stretch them long. Exhale, pull in the center here. Good. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale, take your time with this. You're going to feel a little wobbly, but just slow and controlled wins the race. Exhale, pull it together. Good. Inhale, stretch it long. Try 2 more. Inhale, one more time. Exhale. Stretch it long on the inhale. Good. Lower back down. Shake out those wrists if we need, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So this time, we'll take the left arm up and the right leg. Before you move, pull those ribs up and in. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring them together in the center. Inhale, stretch them long. Exhale, pull them together in the center. Inhale, stretch it long. Good. Do it again. Exhale. Inhale. Couple more times here. Exhale, inhale, and again, last two. Inhale, stretch it long, go for length. Good. And then finish off strong with a nice long pull. Lower the limbs to the floor. Quick sit back into child's pose. Well done. All right, come on back up. We're gonna really get into those deep set core muscles next. But to prime you and get you ready, first thing we're gonna do is tuck the ball of the feet underneath so you feel that length across the Achilles. And then you come away from it. So you untuck those toes. Then we tuck the ball of the feet underneath, feel the length across the Achilles, and then come away from it. One more time, tuck it under, and then come away. Okay, this time, tuck the ball of the feet underneath, pull those ribs up and in towards you. Then you're gonna put some weight into the hands and across the ball of the feet as you just hover those knees up off the floor. Good. Take a couple of breaths here. And then lower the knees down, untuck the toes, sit back into child's pose. We're gonna get back into that once again. Good. Now everyone's going to be working at different levels, so please try it out, see how it goes, and then come out whenever you need to, okay? Tuck the ball of the feet underneath, pull those ribs up and in, take a breath in. Exhale, hover those knees up off the floor. Good, take a deep breath in. Exhale, see if you can pull those ribs in towards your body just a little bit more as we hold. We're gonna come out of it a little differently this time. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, can you bring it into the downward dog? Downward dog, where you hold here and you reach those heels towards the floor behind you and those sit bones up towards the ceiling. Good. From there, can you take a walk with your hands towards your full plank posture? If this is uncomfortable, you can come to your knees and just hold this integrated plank, okay? And breathe. Good work. Keep holding, keep breathing, keep pulling those ribs up and in towards you. Good. Now, if you're in your full plank posture, bend those knees, untuck the toes, and come on back into your child's pose. Well done, well done, well done. Good. Okay, take another deep breath in, and this time see if you can expand those back ribs and the back lungs when you take a deep breath in. Good. Exhale. We'll try that one more time. See if you can breathe in through the back lungs and back ribs. And exhale, let it all come out. Good. Okay, come on back up to all fours. Good. From here, we're just going to roll you into a seated position. Now, if you typically have lower back challenges, this next one might be a little fatiguing. So we're going to set you up. You're going to try one or two. And if you need to come out of it, you can certainly come out of it anytime. Okay. We're going to try to square those feet off to the floor, bend those knees. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up nice and tall through my posture. I'm going to pull that belly button in towards my body so you can feel those lower abdominals kicking in. Then from there, I'm going to tuck my tailbone under. So I'm moving past those little bony processes that I'm sitting on, and I'm scooping my belly, and I'm getting a nice long spine. Then I'm going to pull up and out of it. I'm going to stack my bones on top of each other into this tall posture. Inhale, pull the belly button in, tuck the tailbone under to roll past those sit bones, scooping the belly, and then come up and out of it. Okay, if you think you want to try a little harder, take the hands away from the knees, tuck the tailbone under, scoop the belly, and then as you come up, you reach those arms to stack over top of the shoulders as the shoulders are stacking over top of the ribs and hips. Inhale, come down. Good. Exhale. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Inhale, come down. Do it again. Exhale, pull those lower abdominals in. Stack those ribs over top of the hips. Good. And it's the whole chain. It's head over shoulders, shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. Good. Okay, and settle back to the shins. We're going to go back to the same posture. Pull the belly button in, tuck that tailbone under, and just roll slightly past those sit bones that you were sitting on a moment ago. Then I draw my hands forward. Can you glide your arm bones back into the shoulder blades from there? All right, keeping your sit bones glued to the floor, can you rotate your hands to one side and then the other? We're going to exhale as we twist to one, inhale to the center, exhale, twist it to the other side. Good. So here you've got a whole bunch of different core muscles, deep surface, working together to execute this movement. Good. You got it. Again, if your back is getting a little sore, you've tried a few, you're welcome to come out of it anytime and then just build on it, one repetition at a time. Last 4, 3, 2, then we'll get you out of this position. 1, come back to center. I'm going to pull myself up and through those thighs, those legs, so that I can really get a nice long stretch through the back. Well done. Good. Okay. Come on back up to your seated position, and I'm going to stretch 2 legs long. Now, if you struggle with tightness in those hamstrings or in your low back, this might be difficult to get your legs to the floor, but let's see if we can get them a little closer to the floor. So their first step is just to see where those legs can go. And I'm just gently pushing them into the floor as I keep my posture nice and tall. Okay. From here, see where those legs can go comfortably. Let them stay there. If you can flex the feet, go for it. If that's too much, don't worry about it. And then all I'm going to do from there is I'm just going to twist. Arms can go wherever they wish. They can go behind the back of the head. They can dangle along the side of the body, wherever you want to go. And I want to do this in a way that I'm not shifting my pelvis. Okay, I want to keep my sit bones glued to the floor. I'm trying to sit up as tall as I can. Good. Okay, if you're feeling that in your hip flexors, that's normal. We're going to stretch those out next. Come back to center. Good. Then you're going to reach your hands forward and you're going to take it very slow down to a lying down position. Pull the belly button in. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're starting to tuck your tailbone under. So you're coming away from the sit bones. Anchor those legs to the floor, and then bone by bone, if you think you can, come down. If you need to use your hands, you can. Roll it down, bone by bone. Let those legs stay long. Arms reach long alongside the ears and just lengthen. See where those shoulders will allow you to go. If you need to modify, please feel free. Good. All right, from there, we're going to draw the arms down alongside the body. We're going to bend those knees once again. Quick little swish of your knees side to side to give your low back a little bit of movement before we move on. Hanging in there so far? You're doing great. All right, one more time, either side, and then come back to the center. We're going to bring you back to where we started from with those knees floating up to tabletop. Good. First things first, we are going to look for the floor beneath us. So take those back ribs and pull them into the floor. Feel that deeper connection happening here. Then you're going to take those arms out a little bit wider and see if those shoulders can gently fall back into the floor. Really feel that openness across the chest. Okay. From here, I'm going to glue my knees together. I'm going to inhale as I take my knees very gently over to one side. You'll notice the opposite ribs start to peel off the floor. To come back to center, I'm going to ply or peel those ribs back to the floor, pull them back to the floor, knees will follow. Take them over to the other side, inhale. Now take those lifted ribs on the opposite side, pull them back, hips will follow, then the knees will follow. Inhale, take it over to the side. Exhale, pull back to the center. Good. So we're driving the bus here with the ribs as opposed to with the limbs. Move first through the ribs, everything else will fall into place. Inhale, take it across. I'm going to show you how to do a slightly amplified version that you can choose to use either now or when you feel like you're making some strides and you want to challenge yourself a little differently. Okay? To do that, but no pressure to do it right away, draw those knees over to the side, take a deep breath in, hold there, exhale, extend 2 legs, inhale, bend those knees, exhale, pull the ribs and hips back to the floor. Let's try the same thing on the other side. Inhale to take them over to the side, exhale to extend, inhale to bend, exhale to pull those ribs back to center. Let's try it again. Inhale across to the opposite side. Hold there. Exhale, stretch those legs long. Inhale to bend. Exhale to pull those ribs back to the center. One more time. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, extend 2 legs. Inhale, bend, and now use that exhale to pull those ribs back to center. Pull the knees into the chest and just give that low back some length and some love. Hold there. Good. Okay. We're going to pull one knee in towards our body as we stretch the other leg long. We're creating this sort of opposition with one knee pulling in and the other leg stretching away from the body as long as it can go. Just pausing there for a moment, catching your breath. Good. And then we'll switch to the other side. Draw that knee in, give it a good tug. Good. And you're reaching that heel away as well from the hip, while that lifted knee pulls in towards your body. Okay, let's float those knees back to tabletop one more time. Hands come down alongside the body. We're going to find the floor beneath us. Once again, kick in those core muscles by reaching into the floor with those back ribs. Good. And then from here, you have the choice of either taking one toe down to the floor or the other one. Okay, so this is option number 1, a single leg toe tap. Inhale as you come down, exhale as you come up, inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up, all the while reaching your ribs into the floor, really connecting with the floor with those back ribs. Okay, we're going to add on to this one if you think you're ready for it. From here, rather than just tapping the toe down, I'm going to reach one leg long. Then I'm going to switch to the other leg. I'm going to inhale, stretch it long, exhale to bring it back to center. Inhale, stretch it long, exhale, bring it back to center. Anchor those ribs to the floor so there's no movement through our upper half. Inhale. Okay, and then we're going to pull it all together to finish off with the last sequence here. We start off with one leg stretching long to hover above the floor, come back to center, 2 toes tap down to the floor, then they come back to center. The other leg now goes long and hovers above the floor, come back to center, 2 toes float down to the floor, come back to your start position. One leg stretches long, good, back to center. 2 toes float down, come back to your start position. Last time, inhale, exhale, finish off with the double toe tap. Good, you did it. Let those feet come down to the floor, stretch one leg long, then stretch the other leg long. 2 arms reach alongside the ears. All right, let's draw those knees in towards you. We're going to stretch one leg long towards the ceiling, and then if we can, flex that foot. Now, if that feels like enough of a stretch, you hold there. Or if you think you can, you reach your hands behind the back of the thigh to just enhance the stretch a little bit more. Good. Deep breath in. As you exhale, you allow those hips to settle into the floor. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. The other leg comes up. Reach that heel towards the ceiling if you think you can. Either stay there or reach the hands behind the back of the thigh. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, allow those hips to very slowly settle back into the floor. Good. One more deep breath in. And then exhale. Come on down to the floor. Roll yourself over onto your side and come on up to this mermaid position. From here, I have one arm on the floor. I'm going to reach for the top ankle. I'm going to flex my foot and I'm going to very gently draw my knee back past my center line here, just so that I can get some length across that front thigh. Good work. We're going to stack that leg on top of the other one, coming away from that support arm, and the arm we were just resting on reaches up and over, again, into your mermaid position. Good. All right, come on down. Switch to the other side. Stack those knees on top of each other into that mermaid position. I've got a little weight into that support hand. Reach for the ankle of the top leg, and I'm flexing my foot just to give a little more length across my front thigh. And then I'm very gently allowing that leg to come past my center line here. And when I say my center line, I mean sort of center line here. Good. Just pause there for a moment. Continue breathing. Place that knee on top of the other. Come away from the arm that you were holding onto or resting on top of. Good. And then come on down with that arm. Let's bring you into crisscross in front, taking you right back to kindergarten. Okay, from here, you're just going to roll out your shoulders. Roll out your shoulders. Good. Okay, then we're going to place those shoulders into the socket. So we're going to take it from a rounded posture and glide those shoulders back into their neutral posture, okay, which kind of lines up with that center line again. And I'm going to let those shoulders come away from the ears. Good. Very gently, I'm going to tilt my head to one side, emphasizing the length all across the opposite side here, through from the neck into the shoulder. Good. The shoulder cap. Okay, come back to center, relax those shoulders. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Head tilts to the opposite side, and then create that length by drawing that shoulder down even more so on the opposite side to the direction you are tilting in. Good, come on back to center. Take that chin and gently reach it in towards your body, lengthening up through the back of the neck, still staying nice and tall through my seated posture here. And then I'm going to take it to the opposite direction where I take my chin and I reach it gently up towards the ceiling. Again, very gently allowing gravity to take my shoulders down and away. And maybe even stick your lower jaw out just a little bit to emphasize the length all across that beautiful fascia that runs down the neck. Good. Take a deep breath in and exhale. One more time. Good, and exhale. Settle that head right over top of the shoulders. Let those shoulders come down and away. You're just going to take a deep, wide breath in. So take a breath in through the nose and see if you can expand those ribs out to the side. And then see if you can collapse them in together on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time before we finish off. Inhale, expand those ribs outwards. And exhale, slowly allowing those ribs to just compact, compress into each other. Good. And that's it. Thank you so much for participating in class today. And just remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Unless you're fully prepared or fully ready to explore those exercises all at once, you can break them down. Do a couple of repetitions, and then as you grow your confidence, you can build upon it even more so. Thanks so much, and good luck.